And so, on the stroke of almost exactly midday, we are back at the Union Canal basically, setting up camp at Falkirk. See you there for our latest Forgotten Town.
Falkirk, Stirlingshire, population 35,850, rank number 298.
Good to have you back on board, Patricia. Here's hoping you can keep virus-free for the remainder of the walk.
Do I detect a note of sarcasm, perhaps slightly ironic given that you're the one who appears to be struggling after a night at the beer festival?
That was all in the name of primary research. I think we've had quite enough of this conversation already. You take a taxi straight up to Grangemouth, and I'll see you there.
Oh, so I'm not invited to Falkirk then? Well, thanks a lot. Ciao.
Cheerio. And don't forget to send me a massively inflated invoice, as usual. Anyway, sometimes if you want to do a walk properly, you're better off doing it on your own. And at least today, the towpath seems to be bringing in the opposite direction plenty of happy, smiling ramblers and dog walkers. And cyclists whose avowed intent does not appear to be to push me into the canal. Whether this is because it's a mild and dry Sunday afternoon, or possibly as they're suffused in the rather pleasant landscape of this route with its views across the Firth of Forth. Who can say, but it certainly cheers me on my way towards the destination.
Hiya.
Alright. Hiya. I'm walking through the canal tunnel, clearly hewn out of some pretty solid looking rock, and when I emerge blinking into the daylight, I will be in Falkirk. I might want to send an engineer to look at that leak. Return briefly to the studio for the purposes of a navigational history lesson. As you know, my walk takes me along two canals, and this is where they join. Historically, this was by means of a lock flight, but that was dismantled in the 1930s, rendering the Union Canal a worthless dead end. The Forth and Clyde, meanwhile, closed 30 years later, coincidentally on the very day the British Waterways Board came into existence, and eventually they managed to reopen both canals. And if you ever thought playing the National Lottery was solely a punitive tax on stupidity and unfounded optimism, think again, because whilst it might be both of those things, it also funded construction of the Falkirk Wheel, the only rotary canal boat lift in the world, which opened in 2002. This is what the Falkirk Wheel is all about. It's actually currently rotating, depositing the higher level boat back down so it can come through the lock onto Forth and Clyde Canal. And so, with the boat in what was the upper trough now deposited into the lower pool, and what was the lower trough empty. Now ready to take another boat, should there be one at the top. That's today's excitement concluded. Excitement over, maybe, but there's still time for a quick Falkirk fact attack. Whilst the unromantic modern construct of the Falkirk Council area covers nearby towns to be visited in coming episodes, this traditionally straddled the border of Stirlingshire, into which the town itself fell, and Linlithgowshire to the east. International sporting fixtures occurring here involved the Battle of Falkirk in 1298, after which William Wallace resigned as Scotland manager, and the Battle of Falkirk Muir in 1746, where the boys in blue came bouncing back with a sneaky equaliser. Now was a key factor in making this a cradle of the Industrial Revolution. The steam engines, cannons, and pillar boxes were churned out in vast numbers by the Carron Iron Works. Dwindling requirements for all of the above in modern times could have seen the place feeling sorry for itself, but Aidan Moffat and Malcolm Middleton formed the wry and eminently listenable Arab Strap here, putting Falkirk squarely on the cultural map as well as the economic one. The band's failure to reference the town's former preeminence in the production of telephone boxes is something they're sure to put right on their next LP. Good night.
Will you sit back? The podcast